What's going on, everybody? My name is Aiden and welcome back to another video. Ladies and gentlemen, if you guys watched the last game against the Toronto Raptors or you've been keeping up with social media, we saw an unfortunate circumstance where Josh Giddey kind of fell with an ankle injury. Now, we still don't know the length of time that Josh Giddey will be out. Maybe it's something that looked bad, but isn't as bad as we anticipate. Maybe it could be a lot worse than what we anticipate. But now that there is a chance that Josh Giddey could be out for a significant period of time, we kind of need to discuss what's next for the Chicago Bulls. How can they fix that hole in the team, if you know what I mean, and discuss the positives and the negatives of that in this video. But before we get any further, if you liked the video and you want to see more from me, drop a like, drop a follow, and or subscribe if you are new, and let me know in the comments below your thoughts about these Chicago Bulls and what do they do now if Josh Giddey is out of the lineup for a significant period of time. Now, you might think this is an easy solution, but the way that I see it, there are certain things that need to take place, in my opinion. There are certain things that we need to really see before we can make a big decision on what to do without Josh Giddey in the lineup. Because I know what a lot of you are going to say, and it's pretty simple. You're going to say, most of you, some of you, maybe none of you, I don't know. Basically, to put Lonzo Ball in the starting lineup because he is the best suitable replacement to replace Josh Giddey. He's a capable point guard, solid facilitator, runs out in transition, can hit the three ball, pretty much fits the entire... He loves to rebound as well. He's a good rim protector for his size. He fits a lot of what Josh Giddey does, and in other areas, he exceeds what Josh Giddey can do. So ultimately, I think that is what a lot of people will be looking for. But I think it's a little bit more complex than that. And the reason why is, well, Lonzo Ball is someone that is still probably going to be on minute restrictions. I think he played 23 minutes in the last game. We know for a fact he will not play back-to-backs. And we know that he is still going to be managing that knee issue pretty much all season. So it's not just cut and dry as that's it. Lonzo Ball is going to play every game, play 30-plus minutes in the team, and just be that Lonzo Ball that we want him to be from 2 seasons ago. I think he's playing very well in the current role that he's in. With the minutes that he's getting, he's executing, he's getting out in transition, he's doing what he loves to do, and it's fantastic to see. But I don't personally think we are going to see Lonzo Ball just come out and play 30 minutes every single night. I just don't think it will happen. So therefore, even if you do put Lonzo Ball in the starting lineup, and I think that's the logical solution, you still need to fix other areas. You still need to try and implement something else in this team to be able to, I guess, produce at the same rate. Because Josh Giddey, as flawed as he may be defensively, provides a lot of good things for the Chicago Bulls. He's facilitating, in my opinion, even with Lonzo Ball in the team, is the best on this Bulls team. I think that is very as simple as it gets. Rebounding-wise, I love his rebounding efforts. He's had a couple of double-digit rebounding nights. Offensively, when it comes to scoring, he can attack the rim. Some nights he makes his threes, sometimes he misses his threes. But ultimately, when he's providing a threat the scoring way as well, incredibly impactful player. And he does have his flaws, but he does make a difference. And he's made a difference all season. So I think that's completely understandable. I think everybody knows that he can make an impact. So we do lose a lot, and we need to fix more areas than one. So let's just say we do play Lonzo Ball in the starting lineup. Then we're going to have a lineup of Lonzo Ball, Zach LaVine, Kobe White, Ayo Dosunmu, and Nikola Vucevic. I still think there's a glaring issue in that lineup, and that is that the lineup is too small. Ladies and gentlemen, Josh Giddey's, 6'8", I think. Lonzo Ball's 6'7". So ultimately the size difference isn't going to be that much of a difference. But even with Josh Giddey in the lineup, I thought this team was too small. Now, Patrick Williams can start. I mean, not a lot of people want to see that, but you know, I still think it's good to have some size in the team. I personally would like to see Bazella start in the team because he's our rookie, picked very high in the NBA draft, a lot of talent there, and I want to see him start. Simple as that. And he's a good defender as well. So that's what I would like to go down, but ultimately, I don't think we're going to see any of those guys start, and we're going to see a small lineup once again. So I think that's the first area we need to fix. The second area is, now that Lonzo Ball is coming up into the team, I guess in the starting lineup, who's going to take that role off the bench? Who's going to be the guy that can make a difference off the bench? And again, there's a lot of ways this can go down. Let me give you an example here. Dalen Terry is someone that I look at as someone that can fill in the role that Lonzo Ball may leave behind if he does enter that starting lineup. Now, Dalen Terry's not the player that Lonzo Ball is. He's not a dynamic three-point shooter. He's not necessarily the elite playmaker that Lonzo Ball is and can be, but he does have very good qualities. He's very good in transition, which Lonzo Ball is very good in as well. That can help him get a couple of assists. That can help him attack the rim. He is a energizer, and I think that's contagious to the Chicago Bulls team. When you bring players that bring energy, everybody else will follow suit. He's a ball hounder on defense. He's going to hunt that ball, and he's not going to let up. Might lead to foul trouble, but ultimately you'd have to take the risk with someone like that off your bench. And if he could get a couple of scoring opportunities, he might be able to knock them down and provide a bit of a threat for the Chicago Bulls off the bench. So I'm looking at Dalen Terry to be the man to step up if Lonzo Ball enters that starting lineup. I think it has to be him. I really do think it has to be him. And even if it is him, that still leaves another position that I personally think needs to be filled, and that is a little bit of the scoring side of things. We need scoring off the bench. Lonzo Ball, good three-point shooter, and he can facilitate, so he makes everybody else's job easier, but he might not get opportunities to run with the bench as much if he does enter that starting lineup. So with that being said, I'm looking at Talen Horton-Tucker. He's had some very good offensive games off the bench, but it's very clear when this team is fully healthy, he does not get many minutes. Now, most of the time, this Bulls team is not fully healthy, so he'll get his opportunities, he'll get some run, and when he does get some run, he often executes the way that I see it at least. So, we're going to need him to step up even more. Now, he's no slouch in terms of the ball handling side of things and in terms of even playmaking from time to time, but I'm looking at him to be the scorer, the step up on that scoring end, because Josh Giddey does... you miss playmaking and you miss a bit of scoring with him. We need to find multiple ways to make up for that. It's very similar to when Lonzo Ball went down. No one can fill Lonzo Ball's defense by themselves. You have to do it collectively as a team. Lonzo Ball was elite defensively. Caruso as well. So when you lose those guys, collectively, you have to step up in replacement of that. And that is why we're the worst defensive team in the league, is because we haven't done that. And it is as simple as that. So hopefully offensively, we can find a way to do that. When Josh Giddey goes down, you need to find a way to get extra playmaking. I'm looking at starters like potentially Lonzo, Kobe White, Zach LaVine. These guys have all had big assist numbers on certain nights. They need to be more consistent now as time goes on. And then I'm looking at guys like Dalen Terry to fill in that bench role. I'm looking at guys like Talen Horton-Tucker to provide a scoring option each and every single night with minutes being provided to him. I'm looking at the coach to handle this respectively and to give the opportunities to guys that personally deserve it. And that is guys like Talen Horton-Tucker. And I personally think that is guys like Dalen Terry. So that's what I think should happen now that Josh Giddey could potentially be out of the lineup. But before we end the video, I want to make this very clear, and I want to reiterate something here. I do not want to see Josh Giddey out of the lineup. I don't want to wish any injury on anyone. This is just what happens if he's out for a while. The best case scenario for the Chicago Bulls is that Josh Giddey's injury is not as bad as we anticipate and fear, because Bulls tend to have a fear with these type of injuries, and that he can get back on the court as soon as possible. It's very key. It's very clear the Bulls see a future, a long-term future with Josh Giddey. So it's important that he gets the most out of the time that he can play, and he has to be on the court to do that. So I'm looking forward to the return of Josh Giddey, and hopefully when he does return, he doesn't miss a beat. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay tuned for more. Take care, and peace.